Hello everyone, I am Dr. Venkatesh Karthikeyan from All India Institute of Medical Sciences, India. At the outset, I would like to thank Global Health Advocacy Incubator for giving me an opportunity to share my views in this esteemed forum about the youth advocacy. I see it's a very relevant topic when it comes to advocacy for domestic resource mobilization for NCDs, as youth are not only the future but also the present stakeholders. The NCD crisis is no longer an issue of old people, it affects the youth. The youth today are at the risk of hypertension, diabetes, obesity, and mental health disorders in a scale which is more than that of previous generations. Risk factors like smoking, alcohol use, and stress are rising among the young people, but yet these young people are excluded from the decision making tables where policies are crafted to address these issues. For example, when we talk about front of package labeling and anti tobacco policies, youth are the prime beneficiaries, yet their voices are not heard upon much. Hence, there is a need to include youth in policy making related to these activities. There is a saying in Tamil, which is a native language from India, that ஐந்தில் வளையாதது ஐம்பதில் வளையாது, which roughly means that catch them young, emphasizing the need for early intervention. But the real question is how do we catch them young? To shape better habits, we need insights from the youth themselves, how they consume media, what influences their choices, and what strategies would truly change their behavior. The NCD management is not just about treatment, rather, it's more about risk factor reduction. Young people, they can best explain what are the reasons behind these kind of risk factors and risky behaviors, whether it's peer pressure or digital lifestyle or economic factors, and this knowledge will help us to design tailor-made intervention. Budget advocacy again is not about asking for more funds, rather it's about proving how investing in youth-led initiatives can bring long-term benefits. For example, under the banner of Commonwealth Medical Association, we released the Commonwealth Declaration for Empowerment of Junior Doctors, and also we formed a Commonwealth Alliance of Medical Professionals on AMR, and with the subsequent release of Commonwealth Declaration on AMR as well. As of now, 10 countries, the 10 Commonwealth countries, are using this Commonwealth Declaration on AMR to advocate for increased government funding, and a similar approach in NCDs could drive a financial commitment for youth led preventive programs worldwide. Youth participation should not only be limited to one time discussions, rather, it should be embedded into the government governance structures, global health governance structures. As the publications director of the World Medical Association Junior Doctors Network, I am launching a special edition on NCDs and advocating for the formation of a dedicated WMA NCD working group. Just few days back, my management team members from the World Medical Association JDN took part in the 156th WHO Executive Board session and advocated on behalf of WMA and released an official statement emphasizing the need for a political declaration that prioritizes investment in NCD correlated quality health workforce. By these kind of initiatives, we need to ensure that youth voices are not just generated but also heard and acted upon, and their recommendations translate into policies. Youth are already in the front line of NCD crisis, and it's high time that they must be in front line of shaping solutions as well. Their fresh perspectives, digital health influence, and ability to drive policy changes make them the most powerful advocates for sustainable NCD prevention strategies. Youth bring new ideas and solutions to the table, challenging the traditional budget allocation patterns. Youth leverage digital platforms, community engagement, and grassroots mobilization to amplify advocacy effort. The more activities they initiate, given the more energy they have, the more activities they initiate, the greater will be the visibility of NCD issues, thus, thus highlighting the need for increased and sustainable funding related to NCD. Youth advocacy plays a crucial role in mobilizing domestic and external funding for NCD initiatives. Youth advocates, again, they have a key position where they bridge gaps between government, civil society, and international organizations to strengthen budget advocacy. For instance, I'm employed in an institute of national importance under the Government of India and the national convener, Indian Medical Association, and an office bearer of Commonwealth Medical Association and World Medical Association. All these puts me in a unique position where I can facilitate cross-sectoral partnership, and I know many young people, young advocates who can do the same, potentially ensuring that there is sustained funding for NCD related interventions and there is scope of domestic resource mobilization. I would like to share three of my recent contributions in NCD advocacy. Firstly, I co-authored a compendium titled Untold Stories of Tobacco, where real-life experiences of young individuals affected by tobacco and their stories are being compiled, and this was released by Director of an Institute of National Importance in India. This compendium gained wide recognition and is used as an advocacy tool to push for stronger tobacco control measures, gaining traction among the policymakers and civil society organizations. Secondly, my study on the topic stakeholder analysis for hypertension management in the context of the Indian public health system highlighted critical gaps in policy implementation, workforce capacity, financing, and service delivery for hypertension management in India. A key finding was that service delivery emerged as a both top enabler and a top barrier in hypertension management. And here comes the need for adequate healthcare financing, especially in a LMIC like India. These findings have been referred to by many scientists working with national bodies like the Indian Council of Medical Research. Thirdly, I have organized Young Doctors Health Parliament in Chennai, India, recognizing the growing burden of NCDs and tobacco usage among young doctors. So once we conceived this idea of Young Doctors Health Parliament, we reached out to Global Health Advocacy Incubator, Dr. Om Prakash and Dr. Vandana, who kindly extended their financial support for making this event successful. We were able to bring in experts and speakers from various institutes of national importance, and even the head of the NCD head of the Indian Council of Medical Research was himself a speaker in this event. We also got this activity published in a journal, and all these efforts led to positioning the youth as not only the beneficiary but also a policy influencer. So, to sum up, our goal should be to scale up the activities from youth led initiatives that translates into actionable policy change. The future of NCD financing depends on the advocacy efforts of youth that is being made today. I just want to conclude by saying that youth engagement in budget advocacy is not optional, rather, it is essential. Thank you so much.